Some boy did it dirty.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of In the Green Bets. Justin here with Grant.
What's up?
We are coming off the high of the Masters. RBC gets to suffer that fate, but it was a fun tournament. Obviously, Scheffler kind of running away with it, made it a little less exciting down the stretch, but either way, got to see Tiger tee it up finally after a long time. Scheffler kind of crowned himself as somebody not to screw with, and some big names in the top 10. That was one of the big takeaways, was like the top 10 to 12 guys that finished in the Masters was cream of the crop show for sure. And the fact that Scheffler kind of whooped up on all those guys is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I was kind of confused over the weekend, the whole we should have seen this coming narrative. I don't really know. I mean, I guess that he was winning, but we've never seen him win on this stage at all. We've only seen him just get hot for a second. I don't know. I was unaware that we should have seen this coming. I did not see this coming clearly, or else I would have been betting on him. But for him to come in and do this is not something that Scottie Scheffler has done or has shown us at all. So, it's more of a kind of a credit to him thing. It'll be interesting to see his run going forward, if it slows down, if it keeps going, if he kind of just turns into a guy who's just consistently, a top 5 player in the world. I don't know. But right now he's got everything going for him. And it was kind of cool to hear all of his comments with him and his wife or his girlfriend. I'm not sure if they're married or not, but he seems like a pretty down-to-earth guy, and he works really hard, so good for him.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on the show that I thought he could win, only in the sense that it was obvious, he's playing the best of anybody.
Right.
If he had 3 top 5s instead of 3 wins in his last 5 starts, we'd have been like, oh my God, Scheffler's playing awesome. He's obviously has a great chance to win. But the fact that he won 3 out of 5, it was coming in. It was like, is he really gonna win again? Well, it's he's playing fucking best. He might just win, and but his odds were terrible. One thing I thought about this week is I'm really glad that I was on him for the first win, because we bet him so much over the last 18 months. It would have sucked to miss all of these wins.
Right.
Thankfully, I hit him at waist at whatever 30-1 or whatever it was. So at least I got to hit him once before he's 12-1, 15-1 every week.
Yeah, the only thing I got was that I was in that majors only one and done pool that we talked about. I had him in that, so at least gives me a chance to hit some winners in that pool. Other than that, I have not hit an outright on him, and he's now he's going to start getting Rahm-ish numbers, which Rahm, I guess, is probably still the favorite this weekend, right? Although Scheffler's not playing, but
Rahm's not playing either. But yeah,
Scheffler would be hard to bet, because in that, who's the favorite? JT? Yeah. It'll be hard. In your head, you're going to think oh, Scottie Scheffler's just going to win. But then in the back of your head, you're going to be thinking well, is this just a hot streak? I don't know.
It's definitely a hot streak, but does it go to show that he's figured out how to win? Is he going to win a couple times a year now for the next 5 years? Or is he going to, I don't know. It's kind of hard. Is he going to win as often as JT or Spieth, where, he gets to double digits in the next 5 or 6 years? Or is he going to win I don't know who's a good comp, but I don't know, a Cantlay who wins once a year maybe, or gets hot, wins a few times in one year but doesn't really win in the other years, or a Xander. Is it going to be something like that, or is he going to get to the Rory so DJ is here in terms of he's got 20 some wins on tour. But then you got Rory, JT, Spieth, who all have 15 plus. Is he going towards that, or is he just is it somewhere in between? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see, because he's obviously amazing. His game plays everywhere because he's long, but he's also super iron player, super short game player. It'll be interesting to see. I mean,
He definitely fits the bill. I mean, I think ideally, right, he just turns into DJ. He just turns into that type of guy. who, as he gets older, he's going to start picking and choosing events. He's not going to play as much, and he's just going to, when he plays well, he's going to smoke everybody, right? That's just what DJ's been doing for the past 2 years. When he plays well, he wins by 1 million. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun to see him. It'll be fun to kind of see the whole like him. He's now like hitting the Morikawa thing. Like he's going to jump into the Morikawa conversation if he hasn't already. I mean, I know Morikawa has another major, but it's going to
Same
be
amount of wins.
right. It's going to be those
both have a WGC and 4 wins and whatever. 2.5
So maybe
years.
he's right there. Maybe he's not. But if he's not, he's right below him. But as far as like good young players, holy moly! I mean, we got some. We got
good
some
luck
studs.
picking who's
And
going to win the big events.
We also have some good ancient players in Tiger Woods. He came back.
Look, I mean, the Tiger thing was like it was so obvious that it was gonna slow down the weekend. He didn't look great moving around, but god damn, the dude can hit irons.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was feeling pretty good and comfortable, like man, he hit some awesome iron shots. The short game was kind of come and go. It wasn't I guess the short game was good. His putting was like good the first day, but then really petered out, and maybe that's just fatigue and focus, that type of thing. But it's there. If he can get some stamina built up by St. Andrews, I do think he could compete there. It seems like a pretty tall task given how fatigued he was by even Friday afternoon.
Right.
I don't know. That walk is a lot easier. It's not so hilly, but I don't think we'll see. I honestly don't know that we'll see him before St. Andrews. I think it depends on the next couple of weeks how he recovers for the U.S. Open or the PGA. Neither of them. I mean, the U.S. Open is a bitch every year. I doubt he wants to. That doesn't make a ton of sense for him. But get some reps, that type of thing. You never know. So
yeah, I think an interesting aspect of Tiger is he can prepare for these events without playing in PGA Tour events. Like he doesn't need to go and play in some weekend, to get warm or get ready. Like he can play any course in the world at any time, any amount of time. He can fly there. He can stay. Like he can do anything he wants. He can get the best recovery, the best trainers, the best doctors. Yeah. He has everything that he would ever need to prepare for these events. He does not need to be in front of a crowd. That's the last thing he needs to be is a camera on him every 5 seconds. So he's going to be doing all this work.
You're not going to see him at the Scottish Open the week before the Open Championship.
He'll be doing all this stuff behind the scenes, but with how crazy his mind is that he'll be going so hard at it. He'll be going harder than the guys that are on tour probably, like preparing.
Oh, hell yeah.
It'll be fun to see him. Hopefully he can get back to healthy and not like where it's like, oh, he's he's out of comfort. Like he's uncomfortable playing out there.
Right.
Hopefully he kind of gets back towards he feels and looks like a person who's enjoying, playing golf at a high level.
Yeah, his gait may never be the same, but if it got to the point where it wasn't like so obvious that he was just like grinding on every hill,
He looked like one of us after we got like a Charlie horse or something.
Hell yeah! I mean, he looked like somebody who broke their leg and had barely walked over the last year. But nevertheless, I broke even last week. I think you lost a couple. It was a weird weekend.
I got screwed.
I hit my triple top 20, JT, Scheffler, DJ, 3-1. That was nice. That kind of saved me a little. Matchups weren't great. I don't know. It was a weird hit. JT top 10, hit a couple top 20s and 30s, but
Siwoo Kim stuck his putter up my rectum on Sunday.
Henley the same thing. He missed the top 20 by a couple shots. And
we almost lucked into like a backdoor 2-stroke margin with a 4-putt on 18. Unbelievable. I thought it was dead in the water. I was watching. I was like, wait, this might be the biggest. This might be.
Yeah, I was sitting there with my wife, and she was just like, "Is he going to miss them all?" I'm like, "No, but he could miss one more. It would help us a lot."
One more, yeah.
And
then I had Hoagie top 30, who finished single double. Unbelievable.
Not good.
Gooch goes home with top debutant, I believe. I think he was like 9th or 10th rev. He was right in that range.
Yeah.
But
really good showing from him.
It was a fun weekend viewing experience. You and I actually were on the golf course. We played a little golf this weekend. Had a really fun Saturday, Sunday. Well, but overall, I mean, it was kind of fun to see Scotty do his thing. Unfortunately, he didn't really give us opportunities to make a bunch of money.
Masters champ right here. You're talking to also Saturday event out there. Little champ, but. All right, RBC Heritage. Harbortown Golf Links. This is one of the more unique tracks, one of the more unique events on tour. You got to shape it left to right, right to left. You got to hit a bunch of fairways. It's super tight with
And it's in Hilton Head,
a bunch
right?
of trees.
Carolina.
Yep, Hilton Head. So it looks like it's going to be pretty windy on Thursday and Friday, which makes it honestly, this golf course can play pretty damn tough because it doesn't take much wind for you to miss the fairway, and then you're punching, trying to get its front edge or
It's like
get it
short,
around the green type stuff.
Tight with
short,
dog legs. Yeah.
Super tiny greens. It's one of the lowest green reg percentages on tour. The greens are hard to hold if you're coming in with long irons, like par fives and things like that. So you're not going to see a ton of eagles.
Right.
You got to score on the par fours. If it gets real calm and soft, which I don't think it's going to be this week, you can make a bunch of birdies, but it's more like take advantage of when you're in the fairway on the easy holes and just kind of make your pars and move on. You won't see a bunch of three putts because greens are so small, so that's not really something I'm thinking about. But iron players and scramblers, distance doesn't really matter. I kind of have a philosophy on the short courses that the long guys, it's still an advantage to hit it farther because you're hitting less club to lay up. You're less likely to miss the fairway with, if you're hitting a 4-iron, everybody else is hitting a hybrid or a 3-wood. But, we've seen a lot of short hitters play well here because typically they're the better chippers and putters and things like that, which is going to play up a little this week. A lot of good players in the field. Not really sure what to do with that. This event usually has a few good guys because RBC is kind of a big sponsor of tour guys. So you get those guys like DJ. But field's a lot better than normal. I wasn't sure what to do with the outright market, but any other course thoughts?
No, it's kind of a cool viewing course, and it turns into just like an approach contest, right? Like, so a bunch of people are going to be in the fairways, and you're going to see a bunch of darts being thrown, and the winner is going to be throwing darts for like 3 days straight. It's going to be one of those things. But the scores actually the past 3 years weren't that. I mean, Webb was in the 20s. CT Pan won the wonky, probably weather-filled one that was at 12. Sink last year at 19. That was an unbelievable hit. We hit that at 100 to 1. Great hit. That was like a post-major bet, right? It was like he's got
a weird track record in the week after majors, and that's like basically what put us onto him. And he'd been playing good, obviously. The wraparound, I think he'd won once and played well, but yeah, that was
he's not going to be on my card this week.
No, his form is it's gone. So,
but it'll be fun. Tree line, just put it in the fairway. Those guys can hit those irons so far. Like, they'll put it out there. And then it'll just be a dart contest. Whoever's irons are super on fire, it'll be fun. I mean, we'll see guys like Harman, Streelman, guys like that, up having chances this weekend.
Yep. And the other thing to mention is we've seen some long shots. I don't know this week if we'll see that with more good players, but we've seen some really crazy long shots. We've also seen some chalk. I mean, Webb won here when he was chalk. I think Jason Day, Matt Kuchar. I'll go down low probably for a couple guys this week, but I'm eyeing the 20 to 60 range as normal. I'll treat it like normal.
I was going to say the one plus we can take from this a little bit stronger field is it's given us that second tier number push. It's pushed those 30s to 80 to 100 guys up a little bit. Those guys are pretty talented in that range. And that's where I think I'll probably have a lot of my picks this weekend, or probably be right past the really good players and into just the normal good players.
Yeah. All right. Let's dip in here. Outright market. I tried to find a more Morikawa number that was like, I would have taken it at probably like 16 or 18. Couldn't find it. 14 is the best I could find. I'm sure an offshore somewhere you could probably do better. This course sets up perfect for him. Other than kind of the chipping and putting thing, his chipping has gotten a lot better. And the putter kind of comes and goes. But in a iron players contest, I'd love to have Morikawa on my card. It's just not going to happen at 14 to 1 for me.
No. How do you feel about Cam Smith? So
I have a guy that I found a number at 20 that I am going to bet, but it's not Cam Smith. I definitely think Cam Smith can play well here. I worry about the tee ball. He's very inaccurate, to say the least.
The Masters, obviously he was on a super hot streak, and he
This is the number I'm worried about.
right, and he technically still is on a super hot streak. But what part of last week had to do with him just really loving that course?
A little. I mean, he obviously played his iron. He was like the best iron player. He had like the most strokes gained approach, I think, of anybody last week. Obviously, he had a couple days where he did that thing where he just makes every putt also. But he drove it like shit on Sunday particularly, and he typically drives it like shit as the numbers kind of bear out here.
Right.
So I worry about that. Now, they're taking the driver out of his hand on a number of holes here, but
yeah,
I don't know. He wasn't like my first glance. Obviously, Morikawa and JT, of course, that's great for them. But but their numbers are too low for me. The guy that I found at 20, Cantlay at 20. I know he's not been playing amazing, but we're really not that far from him playing like 5 straight rounds in the top 10. Played okay last week, and he has 3 top 10s, including 2 top 5s here. It's a nice bounce back spot for him. He's obviously amazing at pretty much everything. So 20 on him is kind of a value for me when you compare him to Lowry or Connors. I know those guys are good, but Cantlay's got about 3 times as many wins as them. So I'm going to start my card with Cantlay at 20.
Yeah, actually, and I do agree with what you said. Obviously, Cantlay is a little bit of a step ahead, but I do think that Lowry 20 is playable. I think that isn't the worst number ever.
I would rather play it than Connors for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, he obviously is playing unbelievable. I mean, that run he was making on Saturday this weekend was awesome. He's been in unbelievable form ever since we saw him at that Rainfield tournament, whatever that was. Was that Arnold Palmer maybe?
Yeah.
So I don't mind him.
Or Honda
maybe, yeah. So I don't mind him at a course like this at all. The 20 is like right on the edge. That's kind of like if it was a 1 instead of a 2.
You might be able to find it better. I'm not really sure.
I would stay away. But it seems like 20 is pretty consistent. On DraftKings, he's actually 18, unfortunately. I won't be betting that. But I don't mind the 20 for his guys up here. I mean, I'm not going JT Berger, I guess. I don't know.
DJ for me was I considered DJ if I could find him at 20, but I didn't. Oh, DJ is on Caesars. DJ is 20-1. So, and Lowry's 22. So
that's not bad. I like that. Yeah, Lowry 22. That'd probably be where I'd start for mine.
DJ at 20 he's playing better than Cantlay, so potentially that makes more sense. I think Cantlay's history here is significantly better, but I may switch that to DJ. One of those two guys for sure at 20. As we tick down the board, I definitely like Berger. I think you can find him higher than 28. I'd like Hatton. I know he played like shit last week. He finished DFL, but this course is nothing like that. He's played really well here. He's been playing well up into last week. So I don't have any problem with him. I think you can find him at like 35 or 37. If you look around, this range has a lot of guys I like. Neiman, I like Neiman at 33, 35.
Question. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have a quick question. Is the book's algorithm just approach, or what is wrong with Russell Henley? Why are his numbers at all times bad?
It's a good question because he doesn't fucking win.
But this is not like every single week his numbers are like this.
I guess they're scared of him because of all their modeling shows that he's awesome. Like if you pull up my model, they're using the same. Everybody's using the same stats, so everybody's models are going to say the same shit. He pops 5th here in my model. I guess they're scared of the fact that it's like the underlying stats would indicate that he's probably going to win, but he's not getting my money at that number. I'll take.
People are betting it. That's why I don't
know that people are betting it anymore. I think people were, but if you can give me, honestly, I don't like Billy Horschel, but Billy Horschel has about 5 times as many wins as Russell Henley. Neiman, I'd way rather have Neiman.
Neiman just wired the Genesis.
He played pretty good last week. I'd much rather have Sungjae at 33. Like if we're talking all these guys in the 30s,
1,000 times over him. What is that? What in the world?
Yeah. It makes no sense to me. Don't bet Russell Henley at 33.
No,
seriously,
just away from that.
It'll be the worst part is he will like make a playoff and just disappoint the hell out of you. That would be even the worst thing. So in the 30s, I will definitely have a couple of guys. I'm leaning and Sungjae for sure.
Jay, for sure. Yes,
Spieth,
I agree.
Spieth is interesting because his short game is so good, and this course you're going to miss a bunch of greens. So, maybe he can kind of, make up for it if if he's missing some fairways and stuff. But Sungjae's playing awesome. Neiman's playing good. Bounce around, see what we got for numbers.
I like that 45
on Neiman. You can get a 40 on Sungjae. So,
what is the Fleetwood number? This is like the range this is where I'm starting to settle in, this range. 55. Yep, I like that.
I'm not going to bet Fleetwood for the same reason I'm not going to bet Henley. He doesn't win. But so there are some numbers when we get down in like the 50s that I like.
Right.
Your guy Hadwin, number one in my model. I know he can't win either, but I think I found a 65 on Hadwin.
Everybody in the world is going to bet Adam Hadwin this week, just for the record.
That's a fact.
Not that
Siwoo
matters,
Kim.
but he'll be unbelievably popular outright.
Yeah, he's going to pop in everybody's model for sure. Siwoo, I will definitely have. I think 55 here. I think I saw him at 60 somewhere.
He'll stick the other end of his putter up your ass this weekend.
Yeah. Pete Dye thing. I ran some Pete Dye numbers. Wow. Webb, DJ Harman, Cantlay, Fitz, and Neiman. Obviously, Siwoo's a multi-time winner on Pete Dye.
Less than 2,700 yards tee to green. Siwoo was like third in mine too, which is nice.
Yeah. So he'll probably be on the card. Fratelli's been trending. Munoz will be on my card almost certainly. Everything but his putter has been really good for the last month or so.
Yeah.
At 100 or so, wherever he's at, I will definitely consider that. Joel Damon is kind of the same boat. Stuff's been trending except his putter. He's got a bunch of good finishes at Pete Dye courses at 125. Same with Lahiri and Neesmith. If I'm going to dip down, and grab a couple just based on the history of the course being, popping some longer shot guys, those are a few for sure.
Where's Russell Knox on that list?
He was in like the 80 range.
Oh, he's 100 on DK. So if you like Russell Knox, head over to DraftKings. I don't hate that number either. He's probably not going to win, but if he plays well, he'll at least contend.
Kevin Na and Kisner in the 50s. I don't have any problem with either of them. He had one awesome round at Augusta, but obviously that course kind of eats him up eventually. Kevin Na played great. Both of them, this course makes a ton of sense. Let's see here. McNeely's been kind of trending. I don't know that he's going to get my money. Kevin Na has 4 top 10s here. He's got 2 top 15s his last 2 starts. Kuchar has weirdly been playing better. And obviously, if you look here, he's been amazing at this course. So depending on what Kuchar number you could get, maybe you get some old guy magic with him.
Chad Ramey just won a Korn Ferry event and then played the Valero.
No, he won a PGA Tour event.
Oh, he won Punta Cana.
Corrales or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
He won the alternate event of the week.
Yes. He's got more wins than Tommy Fleetwood, Fitzpatrick, Russell. Henley may have one from years ago, but
he played the Valero. What was that? 2 weeks ago, and he gained almost 5 strokes as on approach, and his number is 180 on DraftKings. So I don't really.
I've been bitten by this theory that is he really going to win again? Theory has not worked out well for me with Scheffler, but Chad Ramey, I think I can apply that theory. Is he really going to rip off another one? He's playing good though. It's kind of one of those things where he's obviously playing awesome, but is he really going to win 2 in a row?
You can talk yourself out of any long shot. That's the reason why they're long shots. But I think this week you should at least dabble, maybe 1 or 2.
I agree. That's why I was mentioning a few of those guys there in the hundreds.
You got to find an argument that you believe in and kind of go for it. Anybody who's
Munoz around 100. Good. Honestly, these 3 guys are here. Harman, Streelman, McCarthy all pop on short courses. Maybe you find the week they put their ass off. They could definitely. Harman and Streelman have proven they can win.
Doug Gim is 180.
Joel Damon Damon and Lahiri are 180 on this. I don't have a problem with either of them. Both of them are playing pretty good. Lashley, do not bet him to win, but his numbers are trending in the right direction. He's been playing some good golf. Same with Neesmith. Yeah, you're looking for the guys that hit fairways and hit greens. Like that's like the baseline like thing you're looking for here. You know, in the model, fairways gained, and opportunities gained in proximity are kind of the way I'm capturing greens and reg. But
Doug Ginn played this event last year and gained 5.2 on approach. So if he putts well, he's going to play okay.
Did he putt? Oh, decent?
No, he lost one stroke and still finished 33rd.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, we covered it. The 30 to 80 range, I'll probably have a handful of guys, and then I'll probably the Damon Lahiri at 180 number, little sprinkle of peppering of guys in that range for sure.
You just hit 160, JJ Spawn. You're on fire. Everybody should.
I know.
Everybody should
160 to 1.
Go after your long shots for sure.
All right. Let's hit some derivatives real quick. It's going to be mostly the same guys, but
that's what's kind of funny about this tournament is once you find that group, like you almost want to just bet them in all the things because that's your only guys you like. That's where you're going to find the value.
I'm going back to the no top 10s, although more Cal makes me want to.
No, I agree. I'm not doing
pretty heavily, but 20s.
Hold on, Jack.
So Neiman, Sungjae,
there we go.
Kisner, Kuchar.
Sungjae plus money for sure.
Yeah. Nah plus 250. Munoz plus 275. Harman 3-1. Streelman 3-1.
Hadwin 230. That's a perfect bet. That's a perfect bet. If you don't want to be on Hadwin outright, do the 230-20.
We didn't look at our pre-show. That's a preview for later. We'll just say that.
Oh my bad. I didn't see that.
If you're going down low, I would typically say put them on a 30, but Lahiri and Damon both like close to 6-1.
What about Ricky Fowler 550? What has he done? Didn't he play not that long ago?
I'm sure he played Valero because he needed to win to get in Masters.
I feel like he could. No, maybe not. He missed the cut at Valero and got 50th at Honor Palmer, 40th at Honor.
He sucks.
Yeah, don't bet Ricky Fowler top 20. That's a terrible bet.
Lahiri plus 310 for a top 30 on FanDuel.
Doug Ginn
Damon plus 280.
That'll be a 30 number. That'll be a 30 and 40 number. I might do that actually. Doug Ginn top 40.
Neesmith, same guys we're mentioning. Pull up the model here.
Right.
Munoz. I mean, Cam Young is interesting in the fact that his irons are good. His proximity numbers are really good, but maybe he'll just hit up like a bunch of 2 irons or something off the tee and be able to take advantage of his length that way, but not necessarily somebody I'm dying to play. Kazire and Neesmith both popped. Spawn, he's probably not going to win again, but he's played great again last week. He's been playing great for like 2.5 months. So
he tried to go back to back with a major. He played awesome. Harold Varner also played
going back to the start of the year.
Can we fade Harold Varner?
I'd like to fade Harold Varner. However, he kind of screwed us last week on the old Harold Varner fade. I've been known to fade Harold Varner. He's a habitual choker.
He played awesome this weekend, so good for him. Although I think I had Siwoo against him, maybe. I don't know, but
I had Hoagie.
Maybe that's who I had, Hoagie. Yeah,
they were kind of close for a while, but they ended up losing. I had Neiman over Decky. Neiman just couldn't get it going on the weekend, and Decky played pretty well. That was frustrating for him. But it's the same guys we've been talking about.
For what? You looking at 30s?
For top 20s. Well, in 30s.
No, I think you got to stick to that 4-1 and under range because I think there's a lot of talented players in there. Kind of like those guys we've been mentioning.
Siwoo plus 160 on a top 30. That's pretty good. Munoz plus 185. Fratelli plus 250. He's been playing very good golf. Obviously, I like Lahiri and Damon. Those are the two that I'm definitely looking at for top 30s. Your guy Ramey plus 320, Neesmith plus 320. Those are good right there.
Yeah, I mean, stick to the guys we've already talked about, but try to stay away from Russell Henley.
I've got a matchup that you're gonna love.
I love matchups, so that's probably right. What about Tringale? How's he been playing? Should I waste money on him? Well, I can't bet him after that cowboy picture, so you're right.
Yeah, he's been blacklisted at least for a while until he posts a picture not like that. Matchups. There's a Hadwin over Varner matchup. That's like even money.
Where's that at?
I think it's on FanDuel, but I can't remember.
This is a Kevin Na over Varner matchup I'm looking at here on Rivers.
I'll do both of them.
I'll do both of them.
Yeah.
He might come and bite you on your ass again.
Yeah, well, if I lose money on Harold Varner, I'm fine with that. Like, that's just part of life.
That's true.
I got another one to run by you. Morikawa as an underdog to JT.
Yeah, 105 on DraftKings. I just looked at that.
He's like even money, like plus 100 somewhere.
I don't hate that. I
plus
actually
105 on DraftKings.
I really like that. Mostly because JT just leaves a sour taste in my mouth every time I bet him. He always has one bad day every fucking time. But Morikawa it's almost like his floor is a little higher than JT right now because JT.
I kind of agree with that. That was kind of my thought. Is like,
I feel like it's a motivation thing with JT. JT doesn't seem always like wanting to I don't know what he like gives up too fast. I don't know.
He also I don't know. He some days he'll just can't hit the driver, and then it's a different day where it's like I just can't putt.
Yeah,
and the opening Thursday of the Masters, he couldn't hit an iron shot. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
I don't know.
So I like Morikawa's floor just a smidge better, and that is on DK. Hadwin over Varner. It's the very last one. I don't know. Siwoo over Chris Kirk. Chris Kirk's been playing okay, but I kind of like Siwoo in that. Sungjae plus money over Neiman. I like Neiman, but I would prefer Sungjae at that number.
Oh, this one I liked. Harman over McCarthy. They're the same, minus 110. I like that one a lot.
I do too. I think that while Denny's putter can definitely get hot, Harman's just a better player.
Kim Young's not going to play well here, right?
I kind of think he might have a little like Cam Champ, where it's like, right. I could just hit less club. It doesn't really matter.
He's still going to just bomb like a 5-iron up there.
look at his numbers. He's first in opportunities gained and third in proximity, fourth in strokes gained par 4, 10th in scrambling. So it's like when he's hitting irons, he hits them close.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know that it makes as much sense, but he's another guy that's been playing good. He's a good Bermuda putter as well. But he does most of his gaining off the tee, and that's not likely to happen this week. Matchup wise, though, it's the same thing every week. They just keep pairing. They look at their model and they just pair the two guys up next to each other, and it's like, well, it's kind of hard to bet matchups when you do that. But
this week you're going to see a bunch of cards of all these model guys. We're going to see a ton of that, which is going to be probably the same for us. But it's all the guys you like for outrights are going to be the same group because they're all going to be a little bit. They're not all going to be the favorites. Mito as plus money against Hoagie. I mean, I know Hoagie's ball striking is just amazing right now, but
I can't do the Mito thing anymore. It's just
you're out on Mito.
It hurts.
I like Tommy Fleetwood this
week
against Kokrak.
Noren over Fleetwood. I know Fleetwood though is his Pete Dye numbers are good. I don't like Fleetwood at all, but Noren's been good here also.
Yeah, Pete Dye, T to green. Connors, Cantlay, JT, Neiman, Streelman, Fleetwood, Siwoo, Webb.
Yeah. I think I'm going to bet DJ at 20.
I'm going to bet.
Although Cantlay's right in there too. It's like, I don't fucking know. I want to bet one of them for sure.
DJ?
Yeah, he's playing great. He's got awesome Pete Dye numbers.
Yeah, he was on my past performance list too. I didn't put out any names today, but that's all right. Maybe I'll do it after this. Alex Norn, you mentioned him in our little pre-talk. Do you think he could win, or do you think you'd like him to be like top 20?
I was hoping that I was going to get like an 80 on him, but he's at like 60. So I don't know that I think he's at like 60. I checked earlier, but I did check everywhere. I don't know that he's going to be on my outright card if he's at 50 or 60. I do think he could win in theory, but
Berger plus 100 versus Fitzpatrick. I kind of like that too.
I like Fitzpatrick. He's been awesome here. He's been playing fucking great.
He's the favorite over Berger?
He's been playing way better than Berger.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not sure Berger is better than him.
What's Kisner's history?
Berger has more win equity, certainly, but I'm not sure if Berger is better than Fitzpatrick.
Really?
Fitzpatrick has 5 top 15s in his last 6 starts. Berger's maybe better, but Fitzpatrick's playing better, I guess I should say. Fitzpatrick's also the best Bermuda putter on the whole planet, so he's figured out his driver too. I don't know what the hell he did. He's hitting it way farther, and he's hitting it like straight as fuck.
Maybe
297 and 67% driving percentage. That's really good.
Yeah. I kind of like Kevin Na over Kisner. We both like Kevin Na. I mean, I get the Kevin Kisner short course thing, but like doesn't mean he's going to automatically play well.
It does not. You're correct.
He putted unbelievable with the Players, but that had maybe a little to do with other stuff with that tournament, with the weather and stuff. But RBC, Kevin Kisner has missed the cut the last 2 years, got 41st the year before that, and he top 10 the year before that. So it's not like his history.
He hasn't putted that great there either.
No, his history isn't that good. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in playing against Kevin Kisner because I think the books maybe just put his numbers down a little bit just because of the course, which I get it. But
yeah, if you take out the Players, he doesn't have a top 30 since January.
Yeah. Sony. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't like that, and I don't mind that because I like Na a lot this week.
Yeah, and now will probably be on my outright card, I would guess.
Kisner's putter has been on fire though. Holy shit.
Yeah, but that's what he does. I mean,
right.
And so the Players, he gained 6.
Like
he gained 6
matches
around the green. At that. What'd you say?
That was like 10 matchups right there. So we might have to windle them down once we do our cards, but that's okay.
Yeah. Specials. Back to the same. 1 and 2 stroke.
I actually haven't made this decision yet. What are your thoughts? You joined the train now. Well, you went 1 for 1, right? You didn't win last week, but you won before that.
To me, you always just play 1 and 2, and you just write it, and eventually it will work itself out.
We're going 1 and 2.
I mean, right? What if you went back and you looked? Let's say the last 5 years.
Well, there's some tournaments.
What percentage of tour events finish with 1 or 2?
A shit ton. I don't know.
Like, I wish we could. I mean, we could do the math, but that's just. I don't want to spend the time to do that. But I would imagine. So it's at plus 250, plus 350. What percentage of events do you have to hit to make money? 48.
Depends on
45.
Yeah, it depends on how many 2 strokes you hit. You don't hit very many is the issue, but the problem is when you lose when it's not a playoff. With like last week, it wasn't a playoff and we still lost. That's an issue. We got to cut those weeks out.
I just to me, it's one of those things you just bet. You don't even think about it. It's like, I lost, whatever. Hell, I'll win. At some point, I'll win like 4 out of 5.
Right. Well, I won like 1 or 2 out of 8 the last before this.
Right. This year has been good for the most part.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm going to stick with 1 and 2. Although I will say, from doing this the past couple of years, there are some tournaments that there is a ton of playoffs in that tournament.
Yeah.
So definitely. That's when I kind of switch it to
those are a little bit easier to predict, I think, than like the blowouts.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and that's when I do the one-stroke playoff winner, because then you just hope that the scores are so jumbled up that you just, no matter what you have, it's like when you put like 4 or 5 guys in real contention, you almost always win if you have that. But the problem is that if somebody, if you don't have playoff, we had a stretch last year where we had like absurd amount of playoffs. It was crazy.
Good conditions. Typically, when you get shitty conditions is when the blowouts happen. Typically,
And
last week conditions got hard and Scheffler's played great. Boom, blowout. Yeah. Although the one of the big blowouts was DJ at Northern Trust when he won by 1 million, but that was like DJ went like supernova. What are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, you can't bet against or for guys to go on those types of runs. Like, that just happens. That's kind of part of the game. But I agree with you. Man, I've been doing this forever. So 1-stroke, 2-stroke, let's keep it going. We're gonna ride the train. We don't let one little Scotty Scheffler bullcrap push us off. We've been doing well. We're gonna keep it going.
Okay, one and done. This is a hard one for me. I don't really know what to do here.
This is super hard.
I'm not gonna go like Hadwin or somebody like that, because I want to try to get somebody who can win. This feels good enough that I can take somebody who I think can actually win.
Hadwin won me $344,000 at the Valero.
It's true, but that field was way worse than this one. So I'm leaning like a Kevin Na or look, if you take Kevin Na, that's like playing Russian roulette, because he could WD at any point.
Why is
Sungjae? I already used Sungjae, so maybe it's what?
I'm just now seeing this. Jordan Spieth is 40-1 to win.
I talked about this. I said that maybe he could short game himself into it if his irons, if his irons were good enough. His short game is definitely good enough to win here.
Maybe I just crossed over that. I mean, I'm betting that, right? Why would we not bet that? 40-1?
Because he's
but like, what the fuck? 40-1. I don't know.
Jordan Spieth, 112th in putting over the last 24 rounds. That's
not ideal.
I don't know. That's very strange.
So one and done. Are you going to stick like odds wise to like one of these guys at the top?
Yeah. Yep.
Could I use Fleetwood, or is that a terrible idea?
I don't think it's the worst idea. I may take like Neiman.
It's not a terrible idea. What happened to him after he got done with Tiger? He just imploded.
It wasn't great. I don't think he played horrible. I think he finished like 4 over. So I think didn't he finish like 35th?
I don't know what he.
Yeah, he finished 35th last week. That's not terrible.
No, that's pretty good. In the money. Nice.
I am so far out of one and done. It doesn't fucking matter, because I had DJ miss the cut, Finau missed the cut, Sungjae missed the cut, and then Brooks missed the cut. So don't listen to me on one and dones. Simple as that.
I've made money every week, but I'm not doing very well. I'm still in like 50th or 60th or something.
I'm in 109th out of 115.
I might use Fleetwood, and that's really stupid, so don't listen to that. But he's on my list.
Where did he pop in your model? He's 66th in my model over the last 24 rounds.
He's 60th exactly in mine.
I get the Fleetwood thing, but like at the same time, like our models they pretty much trend in the right way. Like you don't usually get somebody that low in your model winning.
Yeah, but he's been playing like sneaky really well.
He has been. Oh shit, 4 top 25s in a row.
Yeah. At big events, 2 players, man. I mean, the players was obviously a little wonk. I almost just want to throw. I wish I could just like throw the players out of every model, but I can't.
Right.
Yeah. But still, 15th last week. Zozo, good finish. That was a long time ago. That was in like October. It says, yeah. So I don't even want to count that. But either way, Arnold Palmer players, Valspar Masters. He's doing pretty well, and I think
leaning on his flat stick a little, but I don't. That's all right.
I like him. I like him this week too. I think I might bet a matchup with him, and I could use him for one and done, but I haven't decided yet. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna hop into my best bet because you already spoiled it.
I spoiled it.
Hadwin, top 20, plus 230. Look, I don't think Hadwin's gonna win. Simple as that. But he popped first in my model. And,
Have we ever had a repeat top best bet?
what do you mean?
Hadwin top 20 was my Valero best bet.
Maybe.
I don't know if we
I don't
have.
know.
That'd be great if we hit it again. That'd be.
He's basically doing all of the things that you have to do well to succeed
Right.
here. 7th in approach, 25th around the greens, 10th in opportunities gained, 1st in proximity, 12th in fairways gained. Just ride him. I think he's got a pretty good track record here. 3 straight top 10s. He has not the greatest track record here, if I'm being honest, but I don't think he's ever played as good as he is now, obviously. Headed in, at least 3.3 strokes gained on approach his last 3 starts. Pretty consistently gains around the greens. Can pop with the putter. Every single week, if I just played the guy who was first in my model, I'm sure it worked out pretty well. So I'm just going to ride him while he's playing hot.
I like it. I thought he was going to win that event. Unfortunately, he didn't, but he still played pretty well. So he's
top 10.
Yeah, so I like it a lot. I'm going to go over and do a matchup. This is actually a matchup I mentioned earlier because I did a little alternate here at the last minute. I switched over to Harman over McCarthy. McCarthy has one thing. That's it. He has one thing. He can't do anything else, okay? He can putt. That's it. I did an average scoring total strokes gained, so not hard, not easy, average, which is kind of like where this tournament sits at. Harman was way up there. He's like 4th in the model. His course history here is amazing. His putter here is unbelievable. I'm going to read you off the strokes gained putting at this event for Brian Harman.
It's good.
3.2,
really good.
2.5, 1.8, 3.7, 6.2, 3.2, 1.4, 6.8. That's all the way back to 2014 every single year. So I really, really like that about him. He didn't make the cut last week at the Masters, but that's okay. 5th at the Valspar, made the cut of the Players. Had a couple top 15s. He had a top 15 at Phoenix before that in February. So I just think he fits the course. It kind of gives him an opportunity to play well. And with his course history and confidence coming in here, he'll know he'll have a chance to compete. He'll feel comfortable on the greens. I don't mind this at all. I know I just made a putter argument for a guy that I just bet against whose only skill is putting. But McCarthy doesn't scare me at all. He sucks.
Harman popped 17th in my model. McCarthy was 73rd.
Yeah,
Harman is a Pete Dye specialist. He's always pops in the Pete Dye stuff.
McCarthy's approach is horrible. It's like 90th in my model. Terrible.
Harman, 26th in proximity, 9th in strokes gained par 4s, 17th fairways gained, 22nd opportunities gained. I love Harman this week. He's got all the course history you could want. And Denny, it's like, does he putt? Does he gain 10 on the greens? So that's really I'll bet against that variance any day for sure.
I agree.
I forgot that NBA playing games were tonight. Looks like the Nets took care of their business already. So
that game over.
It is over.
F1. Where are we at this week? Are we on or off? I also said that Red Bull to qualify number 1 was a good bet, and they clearly lost. So that was my bad. That was my bad there. Claire is just too good.
Yes, we are. No, we're off this week, and then we go to Italy.
Off this week with Italy next week. Okay. But we'll have NBA playoffs starting soon. So maybe we'll actually put out, maybe not a full video. Well, maybe, because tax season will be over. We possibly could do video. We possibly could just do maybe a card or tweets about betting inside playoff series. We're probably definitely going to be doing that. You and I will. So we might as well just put it out there. If we feel something we can take advantage of, maybe someone gets favored on the road when they shouldn't be. Maybe there's, a closeout game. Maybe there's a series matchup where we think this series for sure going under 5.5, right? Something like that. If we see it, we'll put it out there because we'll be watching all these games. It'll be fun, especially once we get closer to the, when the real good teams start playing each other.
Yeah. I just did I was doing some looking earlier at NBA futures. I fucking cleaned house again.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
John Morant thing is gonna fucking piss me off. He's gonna lose because he's gonna lose the most improved player, I think, because he didn't play a bunch at the end of the season, and now all this momentum
That's
on
a
Twitter,
fucking
like
bullshit narrative.
he shouldn't win because there's other players that improved more. He took the humongous leap. He took the biggest, hardest leap. I don't know. I'm biased as fuck because I bet him at 30-1. I absolutely nailed them. I was super high on them. They were awesome. I'll be interested to see how it translates to the playoffs. I also have Monty Williams like 15-1 to win Coach of the Year. If he doesn't win that, 64 wins and like lap the field, that's bullshit as well. So I don't know when we find out all the awards, but I'll have some grievances to air, I'm sure.
If John Morant doesn't win, I might record myself going absolutely ballistic, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't even know what I'll be so fucking mad. Holy moly!
I've seen a lot of Tyrese Maxey love. I've seen a lot of Garland love, and great, they're good. But John Morant, they won like 50 fucking games, and he went from like really good player to like super duper star. So get the fuck out of here with all your other takes. 30-1. Let me cash it, and let's top off. I went 7-2 on over unders. I don't know. I haven't looked
because I'll look right now. Also, the Pistons didn't win their last game for me to win my over under on Pistons, so that
was not great.
And then they didn't play against anybody worth.
They don't have any award stuff up.
Oh well, I got awards right here. Oh, Finals MVP. Well, that's probably because the votes are going out, so they probably put them down.
Votes are due to tomorrow, I think.
Oh,
or today. I haven't looked at any playoff stuff yet, but Bucks to win 4-1. I have no idea what the odds are, but they're gonna fucking house the Bulls for sure.
So. Where's the Suns? They're the favorite. Oh my god.
Why would they not be the favorite? Every team that's won like 60, 64, 65 plus games, like 78% of them win.
I might bet Miami at 10.
All they have to win the whole thing?
Milwaukee, that's it? The Grizzlies are 13-1. Why do you think that is?
Because they won a bunch of games.
They have fucking John Morant on their team. God damn.
And a good coach. If Taylor Jenkins wins, I'll be minimally less mad, but Monty Williams should fucking win Coach of the Year. They beat him by like 15 games.
I know he's going to win. It's going to be stupid. He'll get like second, and it'll be some big narrative about how he shouldn't win because he was so good.
Bucks 5-1. I don't hate that at all. They're awesome. They have the best player.
That's not bad. We should take advantage of this because the Warriors are not winning, and the Warriors are the fourth favorite. So you should just bet around them. The Nets are also not winning. So you have Celtics either. It's really just the Milwaukee or the Phoenix.
Maybe you just take Milwaukee plus 250 to win the East, and then if they make it, then you can bet them in the finals.
Yeah, I kind of like that. You should definitely take advantage of Milwaukee. Them not having like a 65 to 68 win record is like kind of pushing them down a little bit, which is great because they're just as good as they were last year, easily.
Yeah, I mean, and the confidence of winning and having look, they have the best player in every single series. Like, in my opinion, I don't really know that they're going to run into anybody that has somebody who can. Yeah. I mean, Durant, obviously, but
we'll look more once we find out these playing games. These playing games, I probably won't be doing too much gambling on them. Maybe the last game I will. Like the game
that already started, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm talking about the game that figures the 8 seed.
Yes.
I might bet those games just because it'll be a little more, do or die situation. But then once we get those set, we'll look and then maybe we'll put some tweets out or maybe a graphic or something. And then if John Morant wins, be on the lookout for something crazy. If John Morant loses, I don't know.
Also be on the lookout for something crazy.
It'll be bad.
All right. That's it for this week. Good luck on your bets. Our cards will be out as soon as we get them done here. And good luck.
Peace.
Yo, some boy did it dirty.